Hello and welcome to Tell Me Something Interesting. I am your host, Dr. Wabo Lamini, your local chiropractor practicing in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. Okay, so in this episode of Tell Me Something Interesting, we are going to be talking about water and how you can use water to ease your aches and pains. Okay, so there are many uses of water, and I know that all of us know that we should be drinking enough water, but not too much because sometimes I think people overdo the whole water thing. You can overhydrate, so please, to those water lovers, please do be aware of the fact that you can overhydrate. And other people I know, sometimes we tell them just keep hydrated, drink water, and they take it to an extreme level. Or others just think that the only way to hydrate is by literally just drinking water. And I think we obviously have ourselves to blame for that because oftentimes when we tell people to stay hydrated, we don't really tell them, like, we don't go in depth with regards to hydration. We normally just tell them to stay hydrated. And the first thing that comes to your mind when someone is like, stay hydrated, is to drink water. And this is more often than none, just plain water. So some people will probably know, like maybe your athletes and other people who are involved in more intense exercise, that hydration, there is so much more to it than just drinking water. So hydration also involves making sure that you also take in other fluids that are rich in minerals and salts that you need in your body. If you can't and you're not eating a wide enough variety of foods like that, then of course it is advisable that you have rehydrate solutions that you can take on the go, or if you've been drinking too much water and working out a lot, so you're losing salts, because you know that sweat is not just plain water. If it was, we wouldn't look so salty after you've had like a hectic run or you've had a hectic day at the gym and you're all sweaty. It's normally a bit of sweat, I mean it's normally a lot of water, but mixed with some minerals and salts. So when you do hydrate, please keep in mind the fact that you have to also include, to some degree, of course, depending on the level of activity, your diet, and yes, how much water you're taking in. So you will have to, in some cases, make sure that you take rehydrate solutions every now and then, and also make sure that your fluid intake is not just water. You are including a variety of other things. You can even drink broth. Broth is really good. It's nutrient dense and rich, but it also hydrates. So there's so many things you can consider when you're thinking of hydration. If you do want me to give you some options and tell you the different things that I feel like you can use in order to ensure that you stay hydrated, this is like for people who also just have high activities and they sweat a lot and whatnot, and they are losing a lot of water, and so they're trying to take in enough fluid, not just water. Because if you're taking in just water, you also are going to get to a point where you have a mineral imbalance in your blood. So you're going to be losing a lot of minerals than you can replace in your diet. And that is also going to cause you another cascade of events or problems. So proper hydration is essential and is important. So if you do want me to just tackle that particular issue and give you different options that you can use or take in order to rehydrate, if you're a person who has high activity levels, or you are like starting out as like in athletic activities and whatnot, and you know that you would use the information, you could use the information, then please leave me a comment and I will be sure to look into it and make a video about it. In this particular video, I want to address water as it pertains to therapy and healing to help to ease aches and pains. Now, when I say healing, I do not want you to think that I am insinuating or proposing that water will help to cure certain diseases. It will not cure, but it will help to control in terms of pain, sensitivity, and intensity. Okay, so a couple of research studies have been done on specifically cold water immersion. So cold water immersion can come in different forms for different people. Some people enjoy taking cold showers and they see the benefits or reap the benefits of cold water immersion, while others literally do proper cold water immersion where it's either you're gonna swim in a cold swimming pool, or there's some people who actually do that. They like compete in like very cold areas, and it's like a whole thing where they swim in water that is like very very cold, like. And yeah, and then of course then there's others where you can just take like a couple of ice cubes, like maybe a few ice cube bags, put them in your bathtub, open water, make sure that water is like cold, and then you immerse your whole body in it. And yeah, in order to reap the benefits. So the most popular benefits of cold water immersion are ones that have to do with muscle recovery after exercising. So it's very popular among people who love exercising and whatnot. But I want today to actually notify people that either haven't tried it and are skeptical about it, or people who think it's only something that athletes and people who, do all those high intensity exercises and workouts who need that. No, it's not. It can actually be beneficial even to just the regular person who does not do hectic workouts and whatnot. All right. So how can I? So let's get into how it can help you. If you are just a regular person and you're not really looking to, get ripped or whatever, and therefore you don't really need it for muscle recovery. So a few research studies, let me not say a few, let me just say some research studies, because I cannot, like, a few to me may not be a few to you. And, some words, cannot really be used interchangeably amongst people, because what I can consider a few, someone else can consider a lot. So let me say some research studies have been done on cold water immersion, different studies, different places, different people. Yeah. Anyway, so they have been done, and there are some claims and conclusions around the benefits of cold water immersion. One of the things that they have found in the studies, or people are suggesting, no, let me not say people, healthcare practitioners who have done the research on these things are suggesting, is that cold water immersion can help in terms of controlling or reducing the intensity of autoimmune diseases. These are mostly just inflammatory diseases, though, not like just any and every autoimmune disease, but inflammatory ones. So, in terms of like inflammation in your body, we all need inflammation to some degree. Inflammation helps to bring red blood cells, white blood cells into the area to help with healing and, and recovery if you've been injured or whatever has happened in that area of your body. However, if you're having chronic inflammation, then it becomes a problem. Chronic inflammation can then result in you having aches and pains in your body, whether it's the whole body, your joints and your muscles are just always aching and painful. People with inflammatory conditions will attest to the fact that it can get really, really hectic. So cold water immersion has been shown to significantly help in terms of pain reduction and in the overall inflammation of the body. So if you're looking to try it out, let me just first clarify that I'm not saying any and everybody should go and try cold water therapy, immersion therapy. You also do have to bear in mind the fact that there are certain conditions that are contraindicated, or conditions where someone cannot be able to just go and immerse themselves in cold water, because it may be risky with regards to their health. So, as always, it is, as I always say in my videos, it is always advisable that before you try anything, even things I suggest in this channel, you make sure that you consult with a healthcare provider so that they can guide you through the steps and through the like how to do it safely. Plus, also make sure that it will be something safe for you as an individual, because information I give out here is more generalized. It's for the public, for everybody, for the normal, healthy person. Not that you're not normal if you're not healthy, but for the average healthy person who does not have any existing medical conditions that may cause. The cold water immersion, for example, to have rather bad effects rather than the good effects. So please do consult with your local healthcare provider. Don't just jump the gun every time I say something. However, cold therapy has been proven to really help with inflammation, aches and pains of muscles and joints, and ligaments and surrounding areas. So if you're recovering from something, or you just have a problem with aches and pains in your body, and you're always taking hot baths and hot showers, you just can't stand cold, maybe now would be the right time for you to try taking a cold shower or a cold bath, because you can always just start off slow, and you can always do what works for you. So you don't have to do full on ice. You can just start with something, like a cold shower instead of taking a warm shower, and then see how your body feels after that. Some people report feeling more lit, and stress reduction is also something that is being explored with regards to cold water immersion. And then when it comes to this, okay, I'm saying this and I'm bringing like everyone's attention to it before I even mention it, because I do not want y'all to misquote me, and I do not want y'all to run around and start cold water immersion and then stop your medication, your insulin medication, with the assumption that you've been cured or whatever. But some research studies have suggested that cold water immersion may help with regards to insulin sensitivity. Okay, so there is some research in along those lines, but you would have to consult with your healthcare professional if you want to try it. If you're in the early stages of being insulin resistant, and you're looking for different ways that you can try to control your insulin using diet and whatever alternative health routes, or whatever, however that word is pronounced. But yeah, if you're trying something alternative to medicine, you want to try something alternative to medicine, like if you're thinking your insulin resistance is not that bad yet, or whatever, for whatever your reasons may be. If it's bad, of course we all are entitled to trying to find other solutions to our health problems. Like, we have had so many people, even on like YouTube, talk about how they transform their lives and their health because of doing ABC, because of eating healthier, exercising, and whatever. At the end of the day, the human body is a very, very powerful thing, and it is so amazing what we can come back from and whatnot. So please do take everything with a grain of salt, and know that you still have to consult a professional, qualified professional, who will be able to guide you through any of this if you do consider it. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to put it out there to say that if you are struggling with joint aches and pains, or muscle aches and pains, or even other things, you're always stressed out and whatnot, and you just feel like you need something to help you out. Also, it has also been shown to have some sort of benefits when it comes to cardiovascular health. But this is for a person who is not sick, who is hoping to like it has like a protective benefit. So if you don't want to end up in the long run, getting cardiovascular diseases, cold water immersion has been shown to somewhat help as a protective, something that is protective that you can do. So coupled with your healthy diets, exercising, you can also do cold water immersions, just to help preserve life and to avoid certain cardiovascular diseases. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then, funny enough, some people will have that whole thing that, oh no, cold is so cold. What if I get a flu and I get sick? Like, I don't think I can do this. The interesting part is that they have also found that people who do these extreme sports, who swim in cold water and do all these crazy things, actually have lower rates of of getting upper respiratory disease infections. So instead of people getting more of those infections because they are always exposing themselves to cold, it is actually the opposite. They get less rather than more. So that is also something interesting. And some of these things are still being studied further and researched, which is why I am going to keep emphasizing that you should not start on any of them until you consult with your healthcare professional. And then once you get the go ahead and the guidelines and as to how to get started, and you are also monitored as you do it, then of course you can go ahead. I am just here to tell you interesting things that I feel like you would really benefit from and love to hear when it comes to the area of health, because your health is in your hands and you have the power to change your life and your health. Okay. As well as stress. So some people are forever stressing and whatever. Instead of taking a hot bath, like maybe try and take a cold shower and see if it helps, if it makes you feel better, if it helps you know, calm down a little bit more and whatnot. So if you found this interesting, please do let me know in the comments section. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about today's video. Tell me if you have any questions, if you'd like me to go further, go deeper, and if you want me to link some articles that you can read up on your own so you can find out more about water and cold therapy and whatnot. I am definitely open to doing that. And of course, I can also link some of my favorite YouTube videos where qualified medical professionals talk about these forms of therapy, specific today's therapy, cold water immersion, where they speak more about it, and you can find out, you know, that the pros and cons, the ins and outs of it and whatnot from another perspective and from another healthcare professional. So yeah, otherwise, that is all I wanted to talk about today. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, if you have any comments, please leave them down below. And yes, I am open to hearing and looking forward to hearing from you. Let's engage, let's interact. Tell me what you want me to speak about next. Tell me what you want me to elaborate on. Have you had enough with regards to my profession? Are you okay? Or do you still have more questions about chiropractic? Please leave me comments. Please talk to me, engage. Let's keep it interesting and let's keep it educational. Let's keep it empowering and inspirational. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Tell Me Something Interesting. I'm your host, Dr. Wabodlamini, your local chiropractor. Bye.